Hello, and welcome to another episode of Justin and Brandon podcast.
More enthusiasm, Justin. God, I'm not
Yeah.
sick anymore. Yay!
Except I just spent a whole week sitting at my house.
Oh, dude.
Listening to music and playing
At least
Xbox.
you were near your computer. I was still at my dad's house all week. Like, my brother's like, hey, Brandon, get on your computer. And I'm like, I can't. I'm at my dad's house. Go to your mom's house. I can't.
We missed a whole week of school because of the snow.
God. You know whose fault this is?
Yeah.
The god of winter, the great groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil.
What?
Cast out the darkness of his white blanket of purity. Okay, you seen Groundhog Day?
No.
You know, okay, you know how, like, the groundhog sees a shadow 6 more weeks later?
Yeah.
Alright, that groundhog's name is Punxsutawney Phil. He's been around since, like, 1887. And he's cared for by a cult of well-dressed men known as the Inner Circle.
Jesus Christ.
It's a cult that worships freaking groundhog.
God.
You could say they're not, but they are.
They're a cult.
God.
They're the White Glove Society, but in real life. And not cannibals.
Screw you, Phil. This is all your fault. I was trying to walk on a snow mountain and it stole my shoe.
No,
on
Thursday, I spend the night at my friend's house. He just calls me and he's like, hey, come over. And I'm like, dude, snow. And he's like, well, I have some boots. I'll walk over there. And so he starts walking over and I'm like, okay, why the hell are you walking in the snow? So I get in my dad's car and I drive up there. His whole road is iced over with snow. I get to the top of the hill and just can't move. So I'm just like, well, drive backwards all the way down and wait for him. I drive over to my house. I'm like, okay, let's hang out. He's like, no, I brought a second pair of boots so we can walk back over to mine. And I'm just like, then why did I pick you up?
Nice.
So we walked all the way back. He brought a freaking blowtorch and paper to keep warm. He was just pulling out paper, lighting the blowtorch, and lighting the paper on fire.
That's the greatest.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing ever. Wait, where's your friend with a freaking blowtorch?
His dad has like a workshop in their garage.
He's like, hey Dad, it's cold and borrow the blowtorch.
His dad wasn't even there. No, but I ended up spending the night, and we basically just played Die Rise on Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
The worst Call of Duty.
Yeah. But you know what? Zombies redeems it a bit.
Nothing can redeem that.
I only play it for the zombies.
Okay,
anyway.
good Call of Duties. Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, World at War, Modern Warfare 1. Modern Warfare 2 had, like, 2 good maps.
Black Ops was decent.
No. It
really, the thing I really
No,
liked.
Black Ops is when it hit rock bottom, and right when you think it couldn't get any worse, here's Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. They broke the floor.
Yeah.
Like, they hit rock bottom.
And they
so
kept
hard,
digging.
they broke through it.
I mean, I like the zombies on Black Ops 1 and 2, but that's
Ghosts
about it.
kind of went up, but it was still like Modern Warfare 3 level.
Yeah. And then Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare is not nearly as bad as the other ones have been.
It's been a bit.
But now, instead of people, bunny hopping and quick scoping, now this entire team's just sky dropping onto one guy who's like, guys, where is everyone?
So do you think they ripped off Titanfall?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
With the exosuits?
No, the thing is, honestly, it was kind of... Titanfall was not finished. It wasn't a finished game.
It was decent, though.
It was decent, but they needed an Xbox One exclusive. They needed something to give out on the day one release. That game happened to be Titanfall, and it was super rushed. I've heard rumors that they might be making a sequel to Titanfall, and hopefully they'll actually finish it.
What if the sequel is just the same game, but fully finished? You pay another $60 for it.
Honestly, if they finished the game, no one would notice. The game just super wasn't done. They didn't have, like, 80% of the weapons when the game first came out.
Jesus Christ. Did they at least add them later?
Yeah, they added them later, but, like, they didn't have them.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, here's your loadout. If you
I've
want
never
another one,
played
too
it.
bad. There's not enough weapons yet.
I've never played it, so I can't really speak for it. But I've seen, do you know Al Chessbreach on YouTube?
No.
He does like Fallout and Skyrim mod reviews, but he did a Titanfall playthrough. Kept singing Space Odyssey by David Bowie the whole time.
It's Space Oddity.
You know what I... You.
Space Odyssey.
Space Oddity. I know.
Space
I'm
Odyssey
not,
is a movie.
I'm not thinking right now, okay?
Well, we were just talking about David Bowie. Come on,
I know,
Justin.
but still.
Get your head in the game.
Hey,
High School Musical.
I'm more of a T-Rex
Awful
person.
movie.
I like T-Rex more than David Bowie, so...
Sure.
I have Heroes stuck in my head because it was on that stupid Horns movie that I watched. You seen Horns?
No.
It's got its amusing moments.
Wait,
but
isn't
it's
that the one
kinda-
with Daniel Radcliffe?
Yeah,
Where he's Satan?
where he turns into Satan at the end of it. I mean, it's the concept of the movie is kind of stupid, but it has some funny moments.
Daniel Radcliffe turning into Satan.
Yeah, but it's
Well, anyone...
it caught me off guard because he uses an American accent, and it sounds like a perfect American accent.
Yeah, I know. Like, we can't do English accents, but if the English want to be us, they
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah.
Look at Hugh Jackman.
Jesus.
Most people don't even know he's not American. It's really funny. Hugh Jackman, he used to be a PE teacher, and there was a guy interviewing him, and he's like, he used to be a teacher. He's like, yeah, I know. I remember you. And he comments on how this, and he's like, he asks his kid if he's still running. He's like, no, he's like, just like high school. Like, Hugh Jackman remembers this kid and remembers him being lazy in PE.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, a lot of people used to be teachers. Used to be. Sting from The Police, he was a teacher
Really?
before he joined the police.
Oh, man.
Just actually, the song "Don't Stand So Close to Me" is about his experience as a teacher, because apparently some chick in his class had the hots for him, and the song is about that. God, I'm so used to being at home now, so I'm like letting all the language that probably shouldn't be in a school podcast into a school podcast.
Yeah, I can tell.
Okay, you know what? I've been around my friend all week, and he's like a stoner and swears a lot, and yeah.
You're talking about Wes?
No, I don't think Wes is a stoner.
No, he's not. He looks like
He
it.
looks like one. Everyone thinks I'm a stoner, and I've never smoked pot in my life.
I almost said something really bad.
God, just because I have long hair and I'm lazy and I like Sublime doesn't mean I'm a stoner.
Doesn't it, though?
Break these stereotypes. Stop the oppression. Go to Tumblr.
No. Oh, God.
Jesus Christ, this podcast is going to end up being like 40 minutes again.
The last podcast was great.
Yeah,
Love that podcast.
especially about Chuppy.
Yeah, it was like a 5-minute segment on Shuppy.
My friend told me I should have edited it down to just the Chuppy part, and I could have gotten like millions of views. I'm gonna do that. You know how people will like add pictures to go along with their podcast? I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a video of that. I'll cut this part out of our podcast so they don't.
Let them hear us talk about how we're going to become internet famous.
Internet famous because of Chuppy.
Internet famous.
We will launch a $1 billion campaign to find Chuppy. How old were you when this happened? Like, how long ago was this?
I was probably 14.
So, what, like, how old are you now?
17.
Okay, so it was like 2011?
It might have been 2010. It might have been like 13. I was like 13, 14 years old.
So he's probably like 16
He's still chuppy on the inside.
He's still Chuppy on the inside.
He'll always be chuppy to me.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
No, but my friend, he,
Oh, wait, speaking of people I randomly meet on the internet, I was playing Smite yesterday.
oh god.
Became friends with a guy from Argentina who doesn't speak English. We're best bros now.
How do you even communicate?
He can like read English, but he can't speak it at all. And sometimes when he's typing, you can seriously tell English is not his first
Yeah.
language.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't sleep till like 5 in the morning.
Well, if he's in Argentina, it's probably because time zones.
No, like he's like, yeah, I don't normally don't go to sleep till like 5 a.m.
Because I was talking to some guy from Brazil.
Well,
and, like,
Argentina's like South America.
Brazil
so.
is 4 hours ahead of us. Like right now, what time is it? Right now it's 9. It's about 10. It's actually like noon in Brazil right now, or not noon. 2 o'clock.
Yeah, same thing. It's the same time in Argentina.
Yeah. But you can tell because like especially people who speak Spanish that learn English, they use the word "of" where it shouldn't be.
A lot.
It's like, you are of American?
Oh, he was pretty good about not using of. Like,
Yeah.
Sometimes like he'll mix words around. You just kind of have to decipher. Just kind of have to spitball what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Like no, like
Hey, some people can speak English better than American people. I've known Americans who can barely speak English, and that's their first language.
Boomhauer. No, but
Dangleman, Hank Hill.
no. But the thing, like, he doesn't get my jokes either, and it's really sad.
Well, yeah, because both of us make a shitload of sarcasm.
like sarcasm and idioms just kind of escape him.
Yeah, idioms. That's the thing about English is idioms don't translate to a lot of languages. Have you seen the Archer episode where he becomes a pirate king?
No. I'm gonna watch Archer eventually. No
Okay, well,
spoilers about anything.
I'm just
anything.
saying, he becomes a pirate king, and none of the people understand idioms, so he keeps using them, and they keep taking it literally.
No, but, like, the thing is, there was this guy who's like, after the game was over, he's like, I miss my pizza. I miss your pizza too. Rest in pepperoni. R.I.P. in peace, pizza. A moment of silence. ...
Oh,
And he's like, and then all of a sudden, friends just, I don't get it. you don't need to get it. It's weird anyway. It's an American thing.
Rest in pepperonis.
Rest in
You know
pepperoni.
what I noticed? There are people who seriously use R.I.P. in peace. Rest in peace in peace.
R.I.P. in peace.
Rip in peace.
Oh.
Of course, being the music nerd I am, I'd probably say Rust in Peace because of Megadeth. Shut up.
Nerd.
I'm wearing a Black Sabbath shirt right now. Metal or die.
Nerd.
You're a nerd too.
Nerd.
Nerd squad.
Yeah, but I embrace it. You don't.
I don't. Shut up. Dude,
Last two podcasts have been
spent-
about video games because I don't know how to talk about anything
I
else.
spent like a week and a half just watching JonTron videos. Okay.
Yeah, JonTron. He did something. Like, he hasn't uploaded anything in a while.
How long has it been? Like since 1996 or something?
No, he hasn't posted anything in 2 months.
God, no, the Zoo Race came out in like 2010. God, he's got to hurry it up.
No, but here's the thing. Like, they're like, hey, John, you haven't uploaded anything. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to make a video talking about the future of the channel. No, John, you can't just tease us like that. What does that mean?
Oh.
John, no.
No, because he made a video before where he said, like, yeah, a new video will be out in 10 days. 6 months later, he posts a video of him just saying how, like, his life had been really busy and, like, he had a bunch of stuff to do. So he's probably going to do that. We're probably going to have to wait, like, 4 more months. Because I know he's...
4 more months.
I don't know
This
what
is
he...
like waiting all year for the next
'Cause-
episode of Hellsinger Bridge.
Because I assume he has a job, because you can't make a living off just YouTube.
I don't know if PewDiePie does it. he's a millionaire. And he's just become so desensitized, he doesn't care. Like, he's forcing himself to stream, and he acknowledges it. He would love to do something normal, but his fans won't
Yeah, it's
let
because
him.
all his fans are, like, 12-year-old COD trolls.
No, like, he was...
No, but, like...
his
he
Amnesia
even
playthrough
stopped-
was...
no.
His Amnesia playthrough was actually kind of funny. He was legitimately scared
Yeah.
playing that game.
But,
And then he's like, alright, I'll just play horror games.
His
Alright,
older-
everyone's trying to horror games. What do I do now? Let's play Skate 3.
His older videos were actually pretty good, but, like, lately it's just the same generic crap.
I don't even know what game he's playing when I click on a video because it's just like...
Yeah, it's just him talking the whole time, like, about nothing. Like, nothing to do with the game. Did you see the South Park that made fun of that?
Yeah.
When he was doing the Call of Duty thing, he wasn't even holding the controller. He was holding his hands up when he was doing the voice.
No, the best thing is he did the voice for himself on South Park. Like,
Yeah.
he was in Japan doing it though, in like this really serene, like little like bed and breakfast sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he was super loud, so like all these people were just came up to him like super pissed off, telling him to keep quiet.
It's because Japan is a quiet place.
Yeah, but he was in a place that was like more quiet than the rest of Japan.
It's in like the ancient meadow.
Yeah, he was in their spirit meadows.
Jesus Christ. We're at
recording video for South Park.
I liked the episode because it had the hologram stuff. That was funny. Except they everyone got all butthurt over the Kurt Cobain joke, and I was laughing at it because at the end he was using a shotgun and dancing with it because Kurt Cobain shot himself with a shotgun. Like everyone was getting so butthurt over that, and I'm just like I love Nirvana, and I thought it was hilarious.
Guys, come on! It's been what 20 years.
It's been 21 years.
It's sad, but get over it.
Yeah,
he was great.
Yeah.
It's sad that he's not around anymore.
I make jokes about
But-
dude, Sublime's my favorite band. I make jokes about Brad Knowles' heroin addiction all the time.
Yeah, I mean, look, like Michael Jackson, he was dead for like 2 weeks, and everyone just kind of got over it.
Yeah, dude, I still make Michael Jackson jokes because everyone got over it.
But you can't just create a double standard like that. Like, Nirvana was great, Michael Jackson was great. They're both dead, but like you can't just have a double standard.
You
for
can
their
make
deaths.
jokes about any death and still grieve that person's death. You know?
God. I don't know how to talk about normal stuff, Justin. What do normal people do?
I'm not really the person you should ask for that.
What do you do?
All I do is sit around at home, play Xbox, get on iFunny, and freaking listen to records. That's
I thought
about
you
it.
stupid. Have you
What?
seen like that Pop-Tart commercial? Like those two Pop-Tarts, they had a baby. Nurse walks
Yeah.
in time for a feeding.
And
Dad says no.
the girl's just
Aw,
like,
damn it. Like this has happened before. Like this is like they have eaten your baby several times.
Dude, all the Pop-Tart ones, it's just people like it's always people tricking the sentient Pop-Tarts. Hell,
Poor Pop-Tarts.
the Crave cereal ones, it's cereal eating chocolate.
Yeah, no, that chocolate's terrified. Like
Yeah.
they have actual monsters chasing them around.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's all cannibalism.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch Horses are messed up. Like
It's cannibalism.
like every single one of them knows what every single other Cinnamon Toast Crunch piece is thinking, and they're like, "All right, how am I gonna beat him to the punch?"
Here's the question, though. Because it's always the few in the bowl and one eats the others, what happens to the last one?
Gets eaten by the
It
next wave.
moves on to the next level.
Level up.
What if they made a video game about it? I mean, They made a Sour Patch Kids video game.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
We talked about that in the Choppy podcast.
Yeah.
The broadcast that never ends.
The podcast that never ends.
Whatever.
Get your facts straight, God.
You stop swearing, we'll kick you.
I didn't swear that time.
I know.
I said get your facts straight.
I just want to kick you. No. No!
He rolled away.
I'm so far away.
Dude, this would be a lot funnier if it were a vlog instead of a podcast. We should do that next. We should do a video log.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Is that an old Mac? Is this where we just store all of our old crap?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we actually have a Dell.
Yeah, dude, we have a Dell.
It was me.
You cringed.
Yeah.
You know what?
No,
Roll away.
I don't like it over here.
Sit in the corner.
No.
Dude, that was my favorite scene of Call of Duty 4. Was where, like...
I love how we went when
No.
to do this on anything,
I
and
know.
everything just slowly devolves back into video games.
No, but, like, Call of Duty 4, the scene where, like, the Russian guy... What's his name?
Nikolai?
No, it's not Nikolai.
Ivan?
It's the captain. He
I don't know.
dies in one of the later Modern Warfare ones. I can't remember his name, but
Kalashnikov, I don't know.
I don't know. But like,
Russian names.
but like,
Stalin.
He's like, he keeps tricking you into doing more stuff for him, and at the end, Ghost just like, it wasn't Ghost, no, it was Gaz. I keep mixing the two because they
Was Ghost
use this.
in Call of Duty Ghosts?
No, but it's
I was
the
about to say,
same.
didn't he
I'm
die?
like, it's the same damn voice actor for Gaz and Ghost, though. That's where all the stupid like conspiracies came from. But anyway, Gaz just beats the Russian guy up, and he's like, "Where is he?" And it's like, "It's over
Where's
there."
the trigger?
And he's just like, "Now go sit in the corner," and just throws him to the side. It's my favorite scene. Is he's just like, "Now go sit in the corner."
No, Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil 6 is pretty bad.
I haven't played it yet. I've only played 4 and 5.
Okay, Resident Evil 6, it's not that great.
Hi.
Bye.
5 was pretty good. A lot of Resident Evil fans hate 5, but I actually like it.
It wasn't nearly as bad as people said it was.
It wasn't great. Like, it wasn't
Like, I was super...
There's the bell again.
I'm a super diehard Resident Evil fan.
I loved Resident Evil 5. I love how you can get the Gatling gun and then get the infinite ammo unlock. And you're just sitting there with the Gatling gun for like an hour just shooting it. And it's just this giant backpack on your back.
No, the best weapon in the game was the Hydra in Resident Evil 5.
Yeah. Wasn't that
The triple barrel
the
shotgun.
triple barrel shotgun?
That could hold like 5 friggin' shells. It was ridiculous.
The triple barrel that holds 5 shells? How does that work?
No, it was really funny. I unlocked like everyone in Mercenaries mode, but I didn't know when you're playing as Wesker that you can do all the stuff that he does in the boss fight, where you just like run around.
Yeah, where you like teleport.
Oh man,
dude, I hate it. The boss fight. Like, you kill him, then you kill him again, then you throw him into a volcano.
Okay, no,
and
you know
he's
what?
still not dead.
Resident Evil 1, Wesker impaled by Tyrant. Yeah, it's fine. It's just a flesh wound. We'll just throw a bandage on it. And then Resident Evil 5, he's like, "Hey, I'm back. Except now I'm Neo from the Matrix."
And then you throw him into a volcano, and he still doesn't die.
Okay, no, you shoot the crap out of him. Then you run up and you shoot the crap out of him some more.
Then
and
you
then
launch
you
rockets at him.
And then you blow him up. And then you make him OD on his diabetes medicine. And then
you throw him into
and then you shoot him some more. And then you beat the crap out of him. Then you kick him out of a plane. Then you shoot him some more. And then you stab him a lot. And then you kick him into the volcano.
And he still doesn't die.
And then you literally headshot him with a rocket. And he just doesn't want to die.
You drop a boulder onto him during the volcano scene, and he still doesn't.
Just doesn't care.
And then, like, I think...
And, like, it makes you, like, mash X for, like, 4 minutes straight.
Yeah. Dude, have you seen the new Resident Evil movie from, like, 2 years ago? The 2 new ones?
They're so bad.
I like the first one, where they're in the prison.
No, like,
the only thing is that they're so inconsistent with the video games.
No, like, the thing is, the worst part, they reference like the original Resident Evil games
and
so
then the
much,
new ones,
and they try so hard not to be like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
You cannot reference the source material, and then go out of your way to not be like the source material.
Yeah. Well,
Wesker is somehow the president because apparently there was no one else left to run the freaking country.
I like the one where they're stuck in the prison, but the weird thing is that they have Chris Redfield when he's supposedly in Africa during all this. Oh no, that was Resident Evil 5.
Well, in the Resident Evil movies, it's like, hey, what if we didn't nuke Raccoon City?
Yeah.
And what if we gave the main character psychic powers?
Yeah. Well, they give her basically the powers.
And what if we took them away?
And then bring them back again.
And then take them away again. And then give them back because we're bored.
Yeah. They're just so bored.
Wesker didn't have psychic powers. He just used super speed.
Yeah.
3 fast 5 me.
No, but what's weird is the original Resident Evil, it's just zombies. Like, just zombies. Regular zombies. And then in the first Resident Evil movie, it's just zombies with some of the creatures, like the weird... What are they called? The frog creature with the brain on the top of its head?
Lickers.
Lickers.
Screw
and then
those.
they had those. But then, like, the second movie was decent, where they're out in the desert.
Okay,
like,
the thing. Okay, I can explain the T virus to you. Okay, the T virus, it creates zombies, but it also
mutates.
they mutated the T virus.
Yeah.
A lot.
But then, you know what I thought was weird?
Which is what, and lickers were basically what
Yeah.
happens if a zombie eats a person.
Yeah, no, but, well, I like the prison one. I don't remember if it's called, like, Revelations or some weird.
You better not
But,
call it Revelations. That was actually a good game.
But, basically, they brought the Executioner from Resident Evil 5.
It's not even the same virus!
Yeah, but they don't explain, like how he got in the middle of Los Angeles, because no giant guy exists, so he's just kind of there.
Well, there was like a... No, like... Okay, in Resident Evil 5, there were 2 variants of the Executioner. Neither one of them were infected with the T virus. It was Las Plagas and Ouroboros.
Yeah.
And it makes me so angry.
Resident Evil 5 doesn't have the T virus at all, I don't think. It's just
Well,
Las Plagas.
Okay, Las Plagas...
I don't really want.
I
don't want half this podcast to be Resident Evil.
No, it's going to be Resident Evil.
No, but and then the other movie was decent. The one where they start off on the ship. Have you seen that one?
No.
And they start off on a ship,
Oh,
and then they have to go after Wesker, and then
They're always going after Wesker.
and then they end up being in the underground facility, like in the Arctic, where they have like the New York model built, and then like the suburban model, and like they keep
And then
resetting.
actual Nazi zombies show up.
It wasn't Nazis, it was Russians.
I don't care.
But
It
anyway,
was stupid.
Speaking of Nazi zombies, oh my god.
That entire movie
Have you
was
seen Dead
so
Snow? You seen Dead Snow?
I couldn't.
Okay.
I couldn't get through that.
I watched it. I watched it a few months ago.
I could not get through
I watched
Dead
the
Snow.
sequel over the.
It was a sequel?
Oh, no, but no, you'd be surprised. The sequel has a better budget. But what's cool is the original one was trying to be dead serious, right? But it turned out being humorous.
Especially like when they dubbed it into English.
Yeah. No, the second movie, they rolled with everyone laughing at it and actually tried to be funny about it.
That's what you do. That's what you do when you have something funny.
And it turns out, I mean, it's cheesy, but it's surprisingly good because they had a big budget for it. And it's actually in English. Like, not dubbed, but actually, like, all the characters, they filmed it in English.
Okay, there's something about Europe and Asia you need to know. Zombies are not nearly as popular
Yeah.
in
No, but
Europe and Asia.
basically...
America, though. America's like, oh, round zombies.
Basically, they find, because the guy gets in a car wreck, the guy who survives at the end of Dead Snow, and he had cut off his arm to prevent infection, and he cut off the leader, like the general, he cut off that guy's arm, and it was in the car. So when the doctors find him, they think, well, there's his arm missing and there's an arm here, let's just sew this arm on.
Yeah, let's not...
He's got a zombie's arm, and it basically does things on its own. Like, it, kills a kid. Like this kid that's obsessed with zombies and visits him, and he accidentally, the arm, because the arm has a mind of its own, it grabs the kid and throws him out the window. And he goes over to the kid. The kid's sitting there, dead, and he's like, I gotta perform CPR. He goes to do it. Explosion of blood. On this kid. And his heart is sticking out.
Oh,
and then,
Jesus.
as he's running, one of the agents that was, covering him runs out after him. He grabs the hood ornament of a Mercedes and chucks it at the guy. It sticks into his head.
That's a hardcore zombie, dude.
No, but then,
George Romero would be sad if he saw that movie.
It turns out, the zombies are recruiting people, because the leader zombie...
What, conscripts?
No, the leader zombie can turn dead people into zombies. By just touching their face. And it turns out that this guy, the living guy with the zombie's arm, can do it too, because he's got the zombie's arm.
So an army of zombies
So
versus
what they
army
do
of
is...
zombies?
No, basically, they find this old Russian war grave where all the bodies are frozen. and he revives them.
Did they just start up
it's
World War
Russian,
II again?
Russian zombies versus Nazi zombies.
Oh my god.
And it ends. And
World War II.
And the Nazi zombies have a tank that they steal from a World War II museum.
No, those
And-
things are just. No. And they don't have, like, functioning tanks in museums.
No, they actually, the tanks that they have in a lot of museums are functional, they just don't use them.
Well, yeah. Well, where would you get shells for them? They just have
In the
those laying
museum,
around.
they had them in display cases. They had the tank shells, so they just took those.
They do not have live explosives in museums. That is not.
Apparently they do in Europe. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. So, at the very end, they're fighting on top of the tank because all the Russian zombies end up getting killed. Like, they get their asses kicked. And then the one guy that they had recruited in the beginning, he's like, you know what? If we're gonna die, I'm gonna die, say, and then a zombie bites into his neck at the last second so he can't finish his sentence. But anyway, so they're fighting on top of the tank. And I forgot to tell you the funny part. The kid's phone has this thing called Z Squad, like some website he's a member of, and he's like, don't worry, we're on our way to help you. And then it turns, because the whole time it's like the serious thing where it just shows the phone in the guy's mouth, and then it shows him turn around and it's a nerd. And these two nerdy girls with him, and he's like, we've got a real case now. So the whole time they've got these nerds helping them.
The Mystery Incorporated.
No, it's just, but at the end, the nerd guy takes over the tank, and they're fighting on the tank, and they hit a police car, and just fall off onto the car. And the Nazi zombie leader stands up, and he's about to kill the guy, and as the guy that's on his back is talking to the zombie captain, the tank gun's just slowly turning towards them. And he's like, you know why you lost World War II? Well, you're losing it now, too. And then the tank just blows the guy's head off. And then the cops in it are so stupid. Like, the whole time.
Yeah, everything seems to be in place here.
Yeah, no, like, they find, like, because the zombies killed, like, all these tourists. And there's just, like, 50 mutilated tourist dead bodies. And he's like, are we sure this is the same guy? And then at the end, like, the cops show up and see all the Russian and Nazi zombies battling, and they're like, is there a fair in town? And then the tank starts rolling towards them, and they can't get out, because they parked one police car up against the rail, so these guys can't get out on either side. The other car can only get out on the one side, and the tank just rolls over them.
Oh my god.
No, but the ending is the dumbest part. He goes and drives out to this church, digs up a grave. It's one of the chicks from the first movie, dead. And he revives her. And this living dude and the dead zombie chick start making out. And at the end, it shows it zooming out, and the car is just shaking.
Oh, gross. That's super not okay.
No, but you gotta admit, they pull it off.
Rob.
No, they pull it off pretty well for turning a serious movie that was perceived as funny into a comedy movie. They went well with that, and as stupid as the cinematography is, it's an enjoyable movie.
You want to know something?
And then I also watched Snowpiercer. Have you seen that? It's a Korean American movie. Basically, it's all of humanity is dead because the world is frozen over. But then there's this really big train, and everyone's surviving on it.
It's a super big train.
No, and like basically all the people in the rear cars are treated really badly, so they start a revolution. And he gets all the way to the front of the car before he realizes that they do that on purpose for population control. So he ends up destroying the train and killing like everyone on board except 2 people, which doesn't include him. It's some Inuit chick and a kid. But, like, it's funny, though, because when he first destroys the train, all the back cars are the first to fly off the side of this cliff. And it's like, well, there goes the people I was trying to save. Every last one of them.
Wonderful.
No, but it really is a good movie. If you get the chance, look up Snowpiercer.
Did you see the short film Blaine showed us?
No.
It was like Power Rangers, if Power Rangers was rated R.
Oh,
No,
God.
it was
What's
actually.
called?
It was just called Power Rangers. They got like some actually famous actors to do like this short film. And the thing is,
Like, who was in it?
God, I can't remember.
That'd be funny if like one of
Guy
the
from Dawson's Creek.
one of the guys sort of like just pulls his mask off and it's Leonardo
That
DiCaprio.
one chick from the third Riddick movie.
What if it was Leo DiCaprio? He wins an Oscar for this.
You know,
He deserves an Oscar.
I don't like the things he's been in, but he's a good actor. He deserves an Oscar.
I think the only reason they haven't given him one is to keep the internet meme alive.
Michael Bay, he's probably like, man, I need to win another, another Emmy. You're not going to win an Emmy. Wait, Emmy's for data on TV. What's the
Yeah.
one for movies?
Grammy. And Oscar.
Oscar.
Oscars are movies. Grammys are like
Well, he's
music.
He's only one.
Oh, wait, no. Emmys are TV, Oscars are movies, and Grammys are music.
Yeah, he's like, man, I need a friend for my Oscar. Well, Michael Bay, you're never going to get one because all of your movies are garbage.
He has a few good movies.
Name one.
Transformers.
Okay. First Transformers movie? Okay. Second one? Warranted. Third one? Getting kind of old. Fourth one?
Yeah, the first 2 or 3 are good, but
Third one? Bad. Fourth one? Pure rage, Justin. I'm a Transformers fan, alright? I really like
are you talking about the
Transformers.
one with Mark Wahlberg in it?
Yep.
They got Marky Mark to do that. Do you know
I can't
that?
remember what Wes called him.
No, because back in the 80s, Mark Wahlberg was in a boy band, and they were called Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
That's what he called it. Yeah. Oh, is that where the show came from?
Yeah.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Have you seen We're the Millers?
No.
We're the Millers, it's pretty funny. It's got, I don't know, what's his face? The guy that was in, Horrible Bosses. I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
his
yeah,
name.
I've seen it.
He was in The Rocker, too. I don't remember his name. Like, I always forget his name.
No,
But
the thing is...
in We're the Millers, he's like, I will turn this car around. This isn't a vacation. This is me and you helping me. I'm Marky Mark, and y'all are the Funky Bunch. And they just all look at him because they don't get the reference.
God.
We're the Millers is pretty funny, though.
No. You don't have
Dude,
any
we gotta
idea.
stop this podcast soon. It's reaching up to like 40 minutes again.
Doesn't matter. It's good. But no, the fourth Transformers movie was so angry. Like, have you seen like the straight up Bud Light commercial that was like an entire scene in that movie? Okay, truck falls over, gets broken because Transformers are fighting. Like 10,000 bottles of Bud Light just rolling across the street. Mark Wahlberg picks one up, just opens it, takes a drink. That's good. No, that's not a thing.
They put an advertisement into the movie.
And then there was the Transformium.
The what? What is it?
It's what the Cybertronians are made of. Transformium.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No. And then he's like, hey, look what I can do. Turns it into a gun. He's like, nah, I'm just joking. My Little Pony.
What?
For your fucking Pinkie Pie.
Can I kill myself?
Yes.
Okay.
You have my permission. No. And then they retconned the entire origin story of the Cybertronians. Do you know what they did?
What?
Did you see Prometheus?
I like Prometheus.
Well, imagine if the space jockeys also made the Cybertronians. That was basically what happened.
Have you watched Prometheus?
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
It was okay.
I mean, I just like how, like, it's this completely separate movie with a completely separate storyline, and at the end it's Alien. But, like, if you haven't seen the movie before...
It wasn't as good as Alien.
No, and
Not
no one
really.
tells you then you get really surprised. I was surprised at the ending because I just thought it was about like aliens and humans.
I
didn't
knew
think
what it was.
I didn't.
That's why I didn't like it, because I knew what the source.
Yeah,
material
but like
was.
if I know that's like it's supposed to be the prequel to Aliens, but
No.
even without that, if that scene weren't in it, it would still be an amazing movie.
I don't think it was an amazing movie. I think it was.
I thought it was good.
It was passable.
I liked it.
No, but see, the thing is, she's like, I'm going to go find the space jockers. I'm going to figure out why they made us. How weird is it going to look when she just shows up on their planet with her disembodied head?
They're
Just,
gonna kill her.
yeah, it's just like, the last guy tried to kill her for no reason.
No.
He had no reason. Like, he was just there.
Like, yeah.
It's like, oh, hey,
She's
man,
gonna- she's gonna-
why'd you make us? Strangle.
No,
Strangle.
She's gonna land on the planet and be like, "Hi," and then one's just gonna walk up, look right at her, and boom, just punch her in the face.
Yeah,
Dude, they should do that.
Yeah, it's just Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch shows up on their planet.
No, but then like I thought that scene was kind of cool where he like looks at the robot guy and he's just like and rips his head off.
No, like that was completely uncalled for. Like he was just killing them for no other reason.
That's what
than
they
for the
were-
sake of killing them.
Dude, because that's what their plan was before they all before whatever happened got released and they all died. Is they were planning on destroying Earth and killing
no,
all
like
the
it
humans.
didn't get released. If it had gotten released, there already would have been xenomorphs.
Yeah. No, but something happened because it killed the one that they found.
I think they all just sat down and died from old age.
Either way,
Because the xenomorph.
either way, they were talking about how their original plan was to go and destroy humankind, but then that happened. And
Yeah, we were
hundreds
basically
of
just
years
testing
passed.
grounds for the xenomorphs.
Yeah. Is that there's one of the movies or games has it talking about how the predators would colonize whole planets with the xenomorphs just to hunt them.
Yeah,
Was that one of the movies or one of the games?
that was one of the games.
You know what game I loved was the one.
It
where-
might have been. They do hunt down.
What was the game where you could?
It's really
play
weird
as-
because people don't realize how much time takes place between all of the Alien versus Predator movies, and because of Prometheus, the Alien versus Predator movies don't make sense because that would mean that the Xenomorphs has been around for millions of years.
I don't know, but
I
I know Alien came first, and then Predator also. I think those were two separate movies, and they just decided what would happen if we merge these two concepts.
I remember
'Cause-
Batman fought with Predator once.
I know, but I'm saying because they didn't give any backstory to the movie Alien, the first one from the 1979.
There was backstory.
They
It was
didn't,
really vague.
they didn't give much backstory to Predator either, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming, I don't know if they were directed by the same person. I don't think they were. I think they just decided, you know what? It would make an amazing series if we combine the two.
Yeah, Aliens was great.
Have you seen the new Predator? Like the remake? Or it wasn't a remake, it was like a kind of like a reboot. Have you seen it from a few years ago?
No,
It was really
I
good.
didn't even know they had a remake.
Basically, they drop a bunch of military specialists onto a planet and hunt them, but they end up surviving. But it's they have a Yakuza agent, they have a U.S. Special Forces guy.
Why would you go to hunt something that hunts the most dangerous thing ever made
Yeah,
for fun?
yeah,
They got laser.
yeah. No, they
got plasma
no.
casters,
like
dude.
like the Yakuza and the military guy and all the others. They were abducted by the predators and dropped on the planet, and then the predators hunted them.
I can't remember what the predators are actually called. There's a name for their race.
I don't even remember.
It's
I
insane.
know they look.
Crazy.
They have dreads.
Yeah,
Okay, dude.
their
we got,
dreadlocks and their weird spider mouths.
dude,
No,
we gotta stop this podcast.
we don't need to stop nothing.
Dude, it's 40 minutes long already.
Good, just like the last one.
No, the last one was 39. I want this one. And do you know how long that took to edit and
Too
put
long.
on? We just...
No, the Predator though, he has one of the creepiest laughs.
Yeah.
That was
Dude, this whole thing has been we've devolved from Call of Duty to music to snow.
Well, you
to
wouldn't let me
movies.
talk about Resident Evil.
Yeah. You know what we need? We need some Steely Dan.
We do not need any more Steely Dan.
Do you not like Steely Dan?
We don't need any Steely Dan in here.
Sure.
You jerk. You want to be talking about Resident Evil? You don't get any Steely Dan.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yautja, that's what they're called.
What?
Yautja.
Oh. Dude, you know what movie I remember that was really good? And it had the guy who voices Soap from Call of Duty. Like, you know, in the later ones where he actually talks?
Yeah.
As the guy who voices him, it's this Scottish guy. There was this movie where it's basically the Scottish military out in the woods, and they get attacked by werewolves. And then they seek shelter in this house and start defending against the werewolves. And it turns out that the two people that live there are werewolves too. And they attack them. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got the guy who plays Soap from Call of Duty. And it's a really good movie, but I can't remember what it was. Because there's this, like, they have to knock this guy out because his intestines are hanging out and they need to put him back in. And they need to knock him out. So he's like, you want some whiskey? He's like, no, just punch me. And he punches the guy and the guy's like, ow! Punch harder! Like, he punches the guy to knock him out and it doesn't knock him out. So the chick that's living in the house is like, move out of the way. And she just decks the guy and it knocks him out.
Nice.
But, they don't even do any, like, medical work. They just stuff his intestines back in and use a stapler and staple it shut.
Well, yeah, that's how you do it.
Well, no, you use staples to fix, like, surgery, but just an actual stapler just going...
Wait, like, that's a regular stapler?
Yeah, because they're in the middle of this, like, cottage in the woods.
What?
Being attacked by werewolves. They use a stapler. No, like... Medically, they use staples. Like when my mom got her kidney out 2-3 weeks ago, she got her staples out just last week. But
That's nice.
They surgically put those in. They don't use a freaking stapler.
Yeah, like a regular staple. Like the second you move, that's just gonna tear.
Yeah, no, you see, staple it shut. Well, that's gonna tear. Let's put some Scotch tape over it.
Are you serious?
No.
Scotch tape.
But that'd be funny if they did.
Staples.
Scotch tape and staples.
Surgery.
Hey, that's basically the Fallout 3 equivalent of surgery is staples and Scotch tape.
It's like, hey, what are y'all doing? We're practicing medicine. I'm a doctor. Sir, that's duct tape and Elmer's glue.
Hey, it works, doesn't it?
No.
The guy like gets
that man has been dead for 40 minutes.
What are you talking about? And his head is like detached, but it's like duct taped back on.
Fine.
Oh my god. I didn't tell you about the Dead Snow sequel, the funny part. They have a doctor. Like a German field doctor.
Best kind of doctor.
During the battle where they're fighting the Russian zombies, they're bringing the torn up zombies and putting them on a tray and having the doctor, like, quote unquote, heal them. Like, one guy's missing a leg, he just grabs a plunger and sticks it into the guy's leg, and the zombie walks off with a plunger for a leg.
Wonderful.
Or like the
Battlefield medicine.
Like the zombie's got all his intestines hanging out, so the doctor zombie just rips them out, takes a hay bale, sticks hay into the zombie, staples him shut, and then just puts it back out into the battle.
Yep, that's how you do medicine.
It
You
works,
don't need
doesn't
these.
it? It works, doesn't it? Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
I think I have every right to knock it.
Cut your finger off and just be like, well, I'm just gonna duct tape it back on. You seen Grindhouse?
Grindhouse? No.
The Quentin Tarantino movie?
No, I need to see Grindhouse.
It's about zombies, but this chick loses her leg. Later on,
wait, yeah, I've
they
seen
stick
Grindhouse.
an assault rifle on it, and
I've
she's
seen Grindhouse.
yes. It's when I saw it, I bought those 2 movie double packs. I bought Grindhouse and Death Proof, and I like both.
I got World's End, Shaun of the Dead, and Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, well, that's a trilogy. That's the three flavors
Quote
Cornetto
unquote
trilogy.
trilogy.
Yeah, it's the three flavors Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah, they eat Cornetto's ice cream in every single one.
Yeah. Yeah, in Hot Fuzz, they're eating the ice cream in the station.
All the time. Hot Fuzz is great. I love the swan.
The swan.
The swan was the true hero.
The
of that
swans
movie.
escaped, and it's like, okay, well, who is this? What was this? Oh no, it was this is Mr. Staker, Mr. Peter Ian Staker. He's like P.I. Staker, Piss Taker, and it turns out that's the guy's actual name.
Yeah. God.
And then when they're chasing the shoplifter, he looks over and sees the swan, and he's sitting there with a moral confliction over to get the swan or get the thief. And then at the end, the swan ends up saving them.
The swan was the true hero.
Yeah, they can break a man's arm.
Here, why don't you show you this?
Hang on, but you know what I loved was the music in the movies. Like, they had a song, actually in Hot Fuzz, they had a T-Rex song, and then they also had a cover by the Fratellis. The Fratellis are just a Scottish indie rock band, but like one of the scenes has the Scottish indie rock version, and one has the T-Rex version. Hang on, we should just stop the podcast.
Yeah, let's end the podcast. It's too long.
Well, this is Brandon and
Justin.
no, I was trying to think of a witty name, but I can't think of anything. So
Did you forget your name? Yeah, this
No.
podcast wasn't that great. Whatever. Post it anyway.
This is Captain White Castle.
I like White Castle. Yeah, chicken